Yeah, we're ready.
Good.
This
Looks
is
good.
good.
I like this presentation.
Yeah,
man. See,
got the board, so however, but it's your show.
so you're going to speak. He's going to speak on behalf of the city council, and Ruby will speak as a state.
She will. Oh, she's coming. Good. You're gonna do.
Go Cubs!
You're gonna do the intro, right?
Of course.
Okay, good.
Well, I got my little intro.
Okay. Is Ruby speaking yet?
Mike Murata's here. It's got to be a special occasion if he's joined us at City Hall. So last October, we launched the Knock the Lead Out campaign. And that was to inform residents of potential lead in their pipes. And we partnered with Passaic Valley Water Commission. And we're proud of the fact that we were able to get the word out to a significant number of individuals about the risk of lead in their homes. And this Knocking the Lead Out campaign had us dispatch inspectors into these homes to inform our residents and to make sure that we could check their pipes. Now, today's announcement is significant because to have your pipes removed, replaced, would cost thousands of dollars. But it's everyone's favorite word. It's free. And so we will update you as the program progresses. But today we're proud to be joined by our partners at Passaic Valley Water Commission. And so today we have with us the Executive Director, Jim Muller, who is going to elaborate further on what this free, I want to emphasize free, initiative entails. Jim Muller, please. You can applaud PVWC, come on. Especially Mike.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thanks for having us here today to talk about this very important program. Appreciate department heads from PVWC and our partners at CDM Smith to be here, as well as Councilman Velez, who will speak after me. We are all here today because we care about the community, and we care about the quality of the water they drink. As we all know, lead is bad, and any exposure to lead is not considered safe. While there is no lead in PVWC's source water, there is lead in some of the pipes in the system through which that water is conveyed. It's commonly found in plumbing material in older homes. Today, I'm happy to announce we're kicking off a contract to replace 6,500 lead service lines, almost half of which are located in the city of Paterson. So we're proud to be here today with Mayor Saya and Councilman Velez to kick this program off. The key to this program is going to be accessing those homes, as the mayor already mentioned, and gaining the rights of entry. We plan to send representatives from CDM Smith and our contractor Pacific Construction out to do inspections on lines where we're not sure of the material to confirm whether there's lead or not, and for lines where we know there is lead to remove those lines from the house. To do that, we need a right of entry to the house, and our representatives will be going to each house of concern and getting that right of entry or presenting that form to be signed by the residents. In terms of security, we're very aware of that, so all of our representatives are undergoing thorough background checks. We'll have identifying ID badges, hats, and vests for clear identification. In addition, we are providing the names of those people to Mayor Saya and his team, as well as those of the teams of the other owner cities, and so they're aware of where we will be and who will be there in case there's any concerns or issues that arise. I will now turn it back over to, well, no, I'll turn it over to Councilman Velez.
He likes when I introduce him.
I'll turn it over to Mayor Say.
I build it up a little bit. Thank you. Let's have another round of applause for our Executive Director. We've just been, you want me to go first? Yeah. We've just been joined. She's always on time, even when she's late. The former mayor, current councilwoman of the 4th Ward and Passaic Valley Water Commissioner, Ruby N. Cotton.
Thank you, Mayor. First, let me say thank you, Mayor. I just want to also say to you, thank you for putting me on Passaic Valley Water Board. Having experience with the water industry, Mayor, it was an excellent choice. I have to say that. But I just want to say that I am so happy that we're finally able to get these lead lines done in our city, our 3 cities, Paterson, Clifton, and Passaic, to make sure that we have safe drinking water. And that's the top of our list, to make sure that our priorities is that to make sure that our water is always safe to be drinking. And we have been doing an excellent job with our new executive director that we have put there, Mr. Mueller. I'm happy that you're on board with us. I'm happy that we're able to say with all three cities together, we're working all together to make sure that throughout the three cities and Prospect Park, I believe, that we are going to have. We should be starting pretty soon, but Mayor, I just would like to say that sometimes people are very reluctant to open up their doors.
Right.
So I would like to do a public service announcement on our cable channel so people can see that I, Councilwoman Cotton, is on board with this lead line replacement that we're doing, because I find that when they see someone that they know, they will then realize that they will open up their doors, because first thing they think is that, oh, this can't be free. It is free to replace all our lines in our cities that have lead. Some homes do not have lead lines, but those that do have it, we want to make sure that those lines are getting replaced. And I look forward to getting started, and I believe we're going to be getting started soon. So let's make sure, Mayor, that we do that public service announcement. And I'm also happy to be joined by my councilman in the 5th Ward, Louis Velez. With his help, we were able to get the resolution passed to make it a lot easier for us to get into the homes, to be ordered to change these lines. So Councilman Velez, thank you for supporting that resolution that came before us for the city. So I'm happy that we're doing this today. It's what we need, and we've been needing this for a long time now. I'm so happy that the federal government understands some of the things that they need to do for our community, for our states, for our cities. So with that being said, thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Jim Mueller, for coming on board. I'm looking forward to working with you with any projects that we got coming through here. So once again, thank you to everyone. God bless you all.
Thank you.
All right.
And so the aforementioned councilman from the 5th Ward and our councilwoman from the 4th Ward, they were a part of this initiative to make sure that individuals know we will remove your lead, and it is going to be for free.
Yes.
See, Pastor Givens, thank you, Pastor John Givens from Faith-Based Community. Give him a round of applause joining us.
Yes.
We're knocking the lead out, and it's for free.
All right, yes.
So at this time, I want to hear from the chairman of the Public Works Committee,
Right.
in the 5th Ward, Louis A. Velez.
Thank you.
He's not going to ask me what the A stand for, but today I'm going to say how. Where it stands
What
for.
is it?
In Spanish, agua.
Clever.
You got that. See, Mayor, I had to beat somebody in the menu, though, but that's okay. So first of all, I'm happy that not only this administration, also the agency that serve our community are thinking in our community. Passaic Valley Water Commission and those that are involved on it are thinking that we are a distressed city
Yeah.
in a lot of aspects, but when this type of program comes to our city, the first thing the taxpayer says, who's going to pay for it?
Right.
We are going through hardship. I can't even pay my mortgage or whatever, right? They come with all the excuses. And when this came into our committee,
Yes.
the DPW committee, we look at it and we say, hold on, we need to move forward. First, because there's a lot of number of reasons our kids has disability learning is because lead in different aspects, in different sources. So we want to make sure that our children could play and with water without harming lead on the body. So I think, I'm not taking your position, but that's what I learned yesterday, but that's okay. But it's important that we cooperate. The residents of Paterson had to understand this is going to be free. And let me say something. We have 23,000 plus properties in our city. Okay, 6,500 for me is nothing, right? But for those people out there drinking water, taking a shower, cooking with water, is something big. So you need to cooperate. Why? You need to cooperate. Because if you drink water that's healthy, you're gonna have healthy minds, healthy bodies, and you're gonna have something that you don't wanna spend is money in those lines. So 6,500, he stated, they already identified. They're gonna visit those places. They're gonna knock your door gentle. They're not gonna go in hours that you're not welcome to come. So they know the rules. So you need to cooperate. You need to make sure that the faster we do this, the faster we're gonna have our street paved, the faster is the city gonna be better. So we don't wanna make the news in the negative part, because if we don't cooperate, that's what's gonna happen. One thing I'm gonna highlight that you say is that the Passaic Valley Water Commission in their plants do not have lead. That's a good thing.
Right.
That means the water comes clean,
Yeah.
without bacteria, without lead. That's a good thing. I trust in that water coming from my key in my house. But this city is so old that those needs to be replaced.
Has to be replaced.
So cooperate, and we're going to guarantee you that we're going to be watching that job is going to be done the right way for your benefit. So I know we don't have a lot of people with media Spanish here, but they're watching right now. Thank you to those watching in Spanish. Damas y caballeros, lo que estamos haciendo hoy es anunciando que el programa de reemplazar las tuberías que tienen plomo en su casa será totalmente gratis. Cooperar para que se haga el trabajo rápido y nuestra carretera esté pavimentada a tiempo y usted tenga la calidad de agua que usted necesita y sus hijos necesitan. Recuerde que la salud viene por él. Muchas gracias. Dios me lo bendiga.
Thank you.
Thank you. And finally, I recognized him earlier representing our faith-based community is Pastor John Givens. Ask him to say a few words. Please, Pastor. Round of applause.
Good morning to everyone, and thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor. From the faith-based community of the Paterson United Pastors Council, on our faith-based behalf, we want to say congratulations for this project and this repair, needed repair here in our city, and also being the former Youth Service Commission with the youth for Passaic County for the past 12, 15 years. We saw the need and believe that with all the youth with mental issues and other medical situation has a direct with the lead in our water. God have answered our prayer that we can solve this problem and can help the future generation of our youth. We welcome you and thank you. God bless.
Thank you. Thank you, Pastor. So we're really encouraged by this lead replacement, this lead line replacement program, and we're profoundly grateful to our partners at Passaic Valley Water Commission. Like I stated before, we launched the Knock the Lead Out program, got the word out, got inspectors out, but now the real work begins, and we'll be removing thousands, over 6,000 lines, replacing them, and it'll cost zero to our residents. Thank you for joining us today. That concludes our press conference. If there are any questions, I yield the floor. Yes, Danny wants Jim. Jim.
The question was, what are the issues that lead causes with repeated exposure over the years? It's issues with the brain, learning, processing, that kind of thing. So it's not good long-term exposure. There's no safe level of exposure. And I also have to thank, as the mayor pointed out, it's a free program to the residents. I have to thank New Jersey DEP and the New Jersey Infrastructure Bank who are providing us a loan, and half of it is in the form of principal forgiveness, which means we don't have to pay it back. That's going a long way to fueling the funding for this program. But that's the mitigation is what you mentioned, the impacts, the health impacts on folks. That's what we're going to mitigate.
And you're doing 6,000 right now? How many more do you anticipate doing?
6,500 are in the base contract. About half of them are located in Paterson. The other half are spread across our owner cities in Prospect Park, Passaic, and Clifton and Prospect Park. So we're going to work equally, try to work equally in each city to just block by block, get the lead out, as the mayor said. So that's our plan. Say again? How many more? That would basically eliminate the lead that's known. There's another 11,000 lines that we're unsure of the material. Part of this program is to also inspect those lines. Any found to be lead would be then included into this contract for removal. So we're starting with a base of 6,500, half of which are in the city of Paterson. Another 11,000 we have to inspect. About 2,200 of them are in the city of Paterson. And then there'll be anything found to be lead will be added to this contract for removal by the end. 2,200. In terms of the unknown, that's the numbers we have. Yeah. I'll have to get back to you. I don't have that number off the top of my head, but most of them are cleared from lead. The remaining ones are just we have to go get them now. But I'll get back to you with the exact number. The contract is registered. We're moving. We plan to start inspections in Paterson in the next couple of weeks, and replacements should start in September.
How long will it take when one goes in the house to actually do what you have to do?
So house by house, you're saying specifically for an individual house, once we're there replacing the line? Yeah, so it should take about a day, all goes well. Sometimes there are issues. There's a lot of things I think we all know with homes and our own homes in terms of things that can happen. We are going to be there until it's finished, so we're not leaving at the end of the day. We're going to stay there. If there's any problems, we're going to fix that. But we would plan to finish each home within the day that we're there and a block a week. That would be our planned production, and we'll adapt as we need to, but we're not going anywhere. As we run into problems, we're going to fix it and make sure that things are put in, left in a good state. Yep, you're welcome. Say again? It used to be the estimate. Generally, the estimate was 4,000 to 5,000. Just given inflation, as we all know, it's been an extremely inflationary time. It's closer to 10,000 now, is the general estimate. Depends on the house, depends on the situation, but that's a general. So it's gone up considerably. So as the mayor pointed out, this free program, again, funded by New Jersey iBank, it's really a huge benefit to the community, the ratepayers, everybody. $36 million loan. Half of which is principal forgiveness where we don't have to pay it back. Do you want to say that? Go ahead.
And also, and I believe, I just want to clear something too. If they go to the property that belongs to you and you have grass, they're going to put grass back again. So if you have cement, they're going to put back the cement again. A lot of people think that you're just going to open and put the pipe and leave. No. If you had grass, the only thing, if you had gold, make sure it's gold. Right? But it's true. But it's to be in the safe part. A lot of people need this orientation because, and it's also a process. They open, they had to have a 3-month of tests of taking advantage of getting that line replaced. So I have heard everything out there. So la gente que escuchan allá afuera, es importante que sepan que si usted tiene su casa con cemento al frente o con grama o como estaba, se lo van a dejar igual. Y muchas de estas propiedades a veces no la tienen en calidad, pero se la van a dejar con mucha calidad.
Let me just add, if I can, Mayor. Let me just add that also you could go on the website for Passaic Valley Water to check to see if your line has lead. The system is already set up for them to check to see if your house number has lead line going. If not, then you're lucky that you don't have to have your lines replaced. So please go on the website for Passaic Valley Water. Put in your address, and you can see whether your house that you're in. And with the passing of this resolution, it helps us to get into the homes quicker.
Homes that were built prior to 1978. So these are older homes that we have here as far as the housing stock is concerned. Eddie, thanks for joining us. Eddie Gonzalez. I know you weren't born yet, and the Cubs didn't win the World Series that year. Neither did the Mets, in all fairness. But nevertheless, procedurally, if you're one of those 2,200 homes, can expect a visit, because I want to hear from Jim once again so you can just share some contact information.
Yes, and as Commissioner Cotton stated, so you can go to www.pvwc.com and you can search up your address if you'd like, and you can find out whether you have lead or not. and also if it's unknown material or not, which we'll be inspecting. You can also call 973-340-4300, which is our customer service line, and we'll be happy to answer any questions, concerns, and make sure they're addressed. Thank you. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Jim. That concludes our press conference. Thank you for joining us. Thank you once again, PVWC partners. Appreciate it.